Hello my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning viewer subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I know it's been a minute, but I'm here online today and I'm really happy and excited to be online. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for dropping by. I really hope that this video today is of the greatest of service to anyone watching. My name is Stef and I am the Psychic Soul Alignment Coach. What I do is I work with spiritual people and spiritual entrepreneurs to help them to do very deep levels of healing, to powerfully align with who they really are on this deeper spiritual level, so on this higher self level, this soul level. And as a result of this greater soul embodiment and higher self embodiment, they're then able to create their greatest level of success in any area of life. And they're really able to really just be living on earth as more of who they truly are and have greater levels of happiness, fulfillment, success, abundance, all those things. So that's how I help people. Here on my YouTube channel, I usually bring forward messages concerning like the weekly energy readings. So that's to let you know what to expect from the energy of the week, which I will be uploading a video on this week's energy right after this video. So I know it's like Thursday today and it's really late in the week, but this is the way it worked out. So it's a late weekly energy reading. And I also do monthly energy readings as well. So that's what this video today is about. And I let you know what to expect from the energy of the month. And then I also bring forward teachings and messages that my guides want me to speak on. And I usually do my best to bring forward those messages on Thursdays and Saturdays. Now, my usual upload schedule that I do my best to stick to is on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And Tuesdays is usually for energy readings, and then Thursdays and Saturdays are for the teachings. But that didn't really happen in November. Because November was intense. It was an intense time. And honestly, I just did not feel the call to do much of anything in November. So I took a step back and I'm starting to come out of it. And honestly, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do today's video like I had promised last night on Instagram. If you want to stay in touch with me, you want to know what I'm up to, a little bit of my lifestyle, what's going on with me and stuff, come hang out with me on Instagram and Facebook. The links to my social media are in the description of this video. And I mostly update on Instagram stories. But yeah, you know, I woke up this morning with my monthly visitor, because y'all need to know, all you guys as well, I know there are men that watch me, and this is just what happened, okay? And I was not feeling that good. It was just like one of those days where you just want to stay in bed and just kind of watch movies all day. But I was like, no, November was intense, and I didn't do much of anything, and I will not continue in this pattern, and I will get these videos done. And so now we're here. So this is my really long intro on everything that's going on in my life, like intro / update. This is how I roll. So I actually wanted to do this video real quick with the little dog that's at the place where I'm staying, but he was misbehaving and biting my wrists and stuff, and he was just acting all kinds of naughty. And so I had to stop that video I did and like take him upstairs and just be like, no, go to your room. This is like the second attempt I'm doing this video. So anyway, basically, let's get into today's energy reading. Okay, this is the December 2020 energy reading. This is to give you a heads up on what to expect from the month this month. And I'm also going to pull some cards just to see if any additional messages will come through for us that we may need to hear. And I might do the yearly energy reading for 2021. I did this for 2020 and I might do it. We'll see how it works out, but I do these kinds of things. Okay, so if you enjoy today's video, you want more of these kinds of videos, and you want to benefit from free teachings that will help you in regards to mindset, spirituality, manifestation, spiritual entrepreneurship, healing, all that kind of jazz, then definitely subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification button, and change your settings to all so that you never miss out. And feel free to go through any of my old videos, my past videos, and my playlist to see if there are messages there that are for you. I'm sure that they are. I've had people tell me, you know, who recently found me, that my videos seem to have been like created just for them at this unique moment in their journey, even though I created these videos like months ago or maybe years ago or whatever. But it's exactly what they need to hear in the moment. So I'm sure there are plenty of messages there for you that will help you at this time, okay? All right, let's finally get into today's December 2020 energy reading. I'm going to read out loud what my guides and I channeled last night, okay? What they said is that the focus of the energy of December is expansiveness, and that December will be highly supportive of explosive growth, empowerment, well-being, clarity, and focus, okay? All month long, you will be asked to turn inward to find your strength, find your personal power, connect with your true heart's desires, and show up powerfully for the world to witness. So I've been speaking about this for a really long time. I have a playlist titled Connecting with Your Higher Self or something like that. And, you know, basically we're going through this ascension process in which we're being asked to really connect back to who we truly are on this deeper spiritual level. And the energy, you know, is constantly trying to assist us in aligning with more of who we truly are. And to really be who we truly are, we really need to go within and connect with ourselves on these deeper levels and have a much deeper understanding of who we really are. And as we have this greater understanding of ourselves, of what we're about, what we're really here to do, our true brilliance, our true strength, our true worthiness, as we connect with this on much deeper and deeper levels, we have to go within to do this and then bring this outward and bring all this divine, powerful strength inside of ourselves outwards. And, you know, it comes from within. It's kind of like the Big Bang or something, or like when a star will get really old. What's it called? Like, I forgot. There's like a special kind of star where it's like reach a certain point in its lifetime where it's like really old, and then it explodes. But before it explodes, like it contracts, and then it goes outward. And so we have to go within. And once we go within and we find our true strength, our power, we connect to our true desires, we connect to more of who we truly are on this deeper level, then we're able to go out and expand in these ways in which we're meant to, in which we're feeling called to do, we've been wanting to, and we get to move forward, okay? So that's what this month's energy is supporting. Now, what they also wanted me to say is that, you know, December is a time for many activities. It's a time for celebration and gathering of friends and family to celebrate special holidays or events, but it's also a time to think back and reflect upon your path, your journey, your actions, your decisions, your results. So they highly recommend that you take time this month for self-evaluation, self-reflection, and really be honest with yourselves. And be honest in the sense of like recognize where you showed up powerfully this year, recognize where you took leaps of faith. Maybe in the past you wouldn't have. Recognize where you trusted more this year than maybe previous years. Recognize how far you've come, etc. Like recognize all the good that you did this year and all the achievements that you did have. Recognize all the growth that you did obtain. Recognize all the clarity and the knowledge and the wisdom. Recognize all these good things about you about this year. Okay, be really honest with yourself and see just how far you've really come this year and where you were maybe at the start of the year and where you're at now, nearly a year later, right? Or where you are now in comparison to where you were a couple years ago or a few years ago, right? So really see how far you've come, how much you've grown, how much wiser you've become, experienced you've become, all that jazz. Be really honest with yourself and recognize all the good that you did, the progress, the success, the empowerment, etc. Okay? Now on the flip side though, okay, be very honest with yourself as well and evaluate where you held back. What caused you to hold back? Recognize where you remained in fear and doubts and limiting beliefs, where you kept telling yourself the same old stories, where you kept feeling insecure, where you kept giving your power away. Recognize where things didn't work out and why, what was going on within you that caused these things to not maybe work out in the highest possible way. Be honest with yourself about that as well. Okay? Recognize where you found yourself repeating the same kinds of situations and circumstances that made you feel like you weren't moving forward. Okay? And as you recognize the negatives, they want you to look at it from this objective perspective. They're not wanting you to look at it from a place of belittling yourself or making yourselves feel bad in any kind of way. Instead, they want you to just kind of see it more objectively and just be like, okay, these are the facts. The facts is that I kept telling myself the story. The fact is that I really didn't believe in myself. The fact is that I kept giving my power away to this person or this circumstance. The fact is that I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust my intuition. I was too afraid to take that leap. I kept telling myself these stories about why this wasn't the right time or whatever it is. Or this didn't work out in the best possible way because I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think anyone was interested. I didn't think anyone wanted it, etc. Okay? Just look at the facts. Just look at it objectively. Okay? This is what happened. Okay? No emotional attachment to it. No, judging it. Okay? Just recognize it for what it was. And then choose to see this as information that you can use to your benefit. And information that will allow for you to see more clearly where you can make more improvements and where you can make certain changes that you need to make in order to not keep repeating certain patterns, keep repeating certain results, keep going down the same kind of path and actually make progress, okay? So once you've done this self-evaluation, self-reflection process, what they want you to do is they want you to be honest with yourselves as to whether or not you truly want to change and whether you really want to see a massive difference in your life or not in 2021. And that's so powerful because, if you follow me on Instagram, I really recommend that you come and hang out with me. My handle is the same as here on YouTube, Stef and Tarot Coaching. And I share these little messages that I see on certain accounts that I follow, and I don't always share all of them out. I just share the ones I feel called to share. And it's so interesting because this one that I shared from Source Messages, it was saying something along the lines of you're always asking to grow, always asking to expand. You want to, but do you really believe it? And until you believe that you can really expand to what you want, then you won't allow yourself to receive the downloads, the information, the next step that you require to actually move forward. So you might consciously want something, you want to move forward. You might say to yourself, I'm ready. I'm ready to make my impact. I'm ready to make this certain amount of money with my business. I'm ready to be my own boss. I'm ready for these kinds of things. And maybe you're waiting for your next steps. You're waiting for that clarity. You're waiting for that idea of what to create next, to put out there, or whatever to move forward. And you're waiting for that, but it's not coming. And for the information, the downloads, the next steps, or whatever to come, the results to show up, you have to really believe that you can receive, you can achieve, you can do the things that you say you want to do. Because then when you really believe, okay, then your mental desire will really be in alignment with your heart's desires. These two, you will achieve heart and mind coherence. And then the download can be received by you, and then you can move forward. But so long as you are just kind of mentally saying it, this is what I want, I'm ready for this, but you're only doing it from this level, and not really believing here with your heart, your soul, that this is for you, you're ready, it's your time, it's now, then this will be out of alignment. And then you can't receive those next steps. You can't really, know what to do next. And you're wondering, why? Why aren't things moving, Do you really believe? Right? And so here's the thing is are you really ready? Are you really ready to not have another 2020 in this 2021 that we're stepping into? Are you truly ready to live your life in a greater way? Are you truly ready to make your dreams come true? Are you truly ready to be in your power? Are you really ready for the success that you desire? Are you really ready to be that leader that you feel called to be? Are you ready for that responsibility? Are you ready to really face yourself, face your insecurities and your things? Because let me tell you, if you're a spiritual leader that follows me, you have to do the inner work. And are you really ready to do that inner work? It comes with the job. So are you really ready to let go of all the stuff that maybe held you back in 2020, kept you small, kept you in certain patterns and cycles? Are you really ready to transcend that and move forward? Be honest with yourself. Are you truly ready? And let me tell you, like, sometimes we can really feel like, yes, I'm ready now. And sometimes we want to be ready, but we're not really ready. Like, we say we're ready and we believe we're ready, but we're not really ready. Like, it hasn't been a definitive decision. There's like 2 types of readiness, and it's okay. It's okay wherever you fall under in this, thing of decisiveness. It's okay, but the point is that you're doing your best to be ready. And even if it's from this mental place right now and you're saying, I'm ready now, and you just take even just some baby steps forward, because you maybe haven't really made that definitive decision yet, it's okay. Just keep doing your best. Keep moving forward to the best of your ability. But do your best to decide, like, are you really ready to the, strongest of your ability to make that decision for yourself? And then move forward in the ways you feel called to move forward in. So, yeah, they said, like, what did they say here? Yeah, if you would like to see a noticeable and even powerful difference from one year to the next, what must you do differently? Who must you be instead? How must you address the situations, the circumstances, the opportunities, etc., that showed up your way or shows up your way differently from what you have done in the past? Okay? You must decide and declare that you're ready to step into an all-new and expansive version of you. And you must dare to become greater than who you currently are. Dare to become greater than who you already are. For although you have traveled so far, you have come such great lengths, you have healed so much, have grown so much, have become so much more aligned and empowered, and the list goes on and on. There is always more of you that you can become. And there is an even more empowered version of you, an even more aligned version of you, an even more confident, more successful, more healed, etc. version of you. Dare to be it. Dare to dream big and decide that you will no longer repeat the mistakes or misgivings of the past, but that you shall triumph more powerfully as you move forward. It's a powerful message for December 2020. We're really being asked to rise up in our power. And it's really interesting because I feel kind of like what people describe as like butterflies in their stomach when they're like, I guess usually happy nervous for something, but I feel it in my heart. I don't feel it in my stomach. I feel it in my heart, and it's like this possibility, this potentiality to like be this beautiful, powerful light, this beautiful being, but at the same time being nervous. And I think a lot of times that's exactly what we are. We're afraid of our own true power. We're afraid of being successful. We're afraid of being who we want to be. But we have to dare. We have to dare to go beyond this version of ourselves. This version of ourselves, although maybe we recognize it as amazing, this is not as good as it gets. There's always another layer, another level of ourselves that's even more amazing than the current version of ourselves that we are. And we have to be, or learn to be content and appreciative of this version of ourselves, but still allow ourselves to continue to move towards more of our expansiveness and more of who we really are again and again, instead of just settling for this version of ourselves, thinking this is as awesome as I get. It's like, no, there's this version of myself that's even more empowered, more amazing, feels more worthy, more confident. I have to dare to be this version of myself. I have to dare to live my life as this version of myself, to become this version of myself, instead of maybe continuing to tell myself things like, who do I think I am? Or I can't be that. That's other people. They're like that. I'm not like that. Like, no, stop putting yourself down. Stop thinking that you can't do this or you can't be this. You're only creating more of that. If that's who you feel called to be, if that's something that you admire, you aspire to cultivate more of within yourself, then dare to be it. Dare to become that version of you. A really quick example that I want to give you all of this, for those of you that follow me on Instagram and stuff, is that November, I started getting into fitness. And I've been pretty fit on and off over, the last 10 years or so, my life, maybe more, on and off. And this year I've become even more consistent with exercising as per my spirit guides, who said it was important for me. And November, working out was my saving grace, because as many of you now know, I took a step back from social media and work and things like that. And exercising really helped me to have greater mental health, because it was something that I could do that made me feel like I was working towards something, instead of just going through my mini dark night of the soul searching, being in limbo. Like, I was like, where am I? I don't know. Working out, that's something I can focus on. That's something I can do. So I started doing that. And so I've been sharing all about that on Instagram. But I've had this dream, this desire for, I don't know, maybe the last 4 years or so, to be in really great shape. And I never completely stuck with that. I just, would be consistent for a while and then fall off and whatever. And, recently with, all of this exercise that I've been doing lately, I'm just like, why haven't I done this yet? Like, why have I gotten in my own way? Like, why am I maybe resisting being in the peak physical shape that I want to be in? What's going on here? Like, why don't I dare to see like what my body's really capable of and what I can really do with this physical vessel here, and that I really do have the power to shape how I look if I want. And that's not the reason why I'm doing, my exercises at all. I'm doing it because it's good for me for so many reasons, and I want to be fit and strong and, all these things. But many years ago, I started having this initial desire, and it's always been a desire of mine, but I just never followed really through with it. I never did what I had to do to really achieve that, really claim that and decide, like, this is what I'm doing. I want to look this way. I want to feel this way. I want to be able to do these things. And exercise was part of that. And I didn't really fully commit. I didn't really fully dare to go all in with that. And recently I've just been like, no, like, I'm not stopping this time. Like, I'm going to see this to the end. And I don't really care if I have the abs anymore. Like, I don't care. In the past, I wanted the abs for other reasons. and maybe not of the highest of intentions, you know, maybe for validation or unworthiness or whatever, thinking that would make me feel better. But now I just want to do it really because like I want to and I can, and why not? And I want to be fit and strong. Like this is me. So I'm daring myself to really commit to that and just be that and own that and just claim like I'm a fitness person. And this is going to be part of the stuff that I share, you know, the things I do online. Like there's so many spiritual people out there, and, you know, they share all kinds of spiritual things and stuff. But I want to also be one of those fitness people too, because I like those things and it speaks to me. And I'm just going to dare to be that, you know, and to stick to that as much as I can. So this thing is like, what dreams and desires and things have you been wanting for a while now, but you haven't really dared to go all in with it? You haven't really decided like this, I'm committing to this. Like this is what's going to happen, you know? And it's time to really commit to this greater level and dare to go big, to go all in, to show up to a much higher level, to stop being afraid, to let go of insecurities and just do it, you know? This is your life, and you decide that you will no longer repeat the mistakes or whatever else that happened from back then, you know, or in the past or this past year. Okay, this is your year to really decide that you're going to triumph, that this year is going to be different. And even as I say that, I feel a little bit of doubt inside of my heart. I'm not sure if I'm picking that up from anyone or if that's my own stuff. Because it's like, sometimes we have these dreams and we're like, yeah, I want to do that, yeah. But then we shrink back down and we're like, but can I really? Will it really happen? What if it takes a really long time or whatever? Like we go through these things, and like that's what you need to like dare to overcome. All that self-doubt and all that smallness. You need to dare to expand beyond that and not quit on yourself as you go through the process of that. Sometimes when we're out there doing our best to dream big and go after these things and stuff, and we're trying, but maybe it doesn't work out the way that we want to or in the way that we expect to or hope for it to, and then we start like shrinking back down, and you got to dare to like not do that anymore and catch yourself and be like, no, we're moving forward. Just like me, you know, like I'm human too, and I'm going through my things, and you know, my mind, my ego was like, girl, don't do this video, okay? You don't feel good today. Monthly visitor is here. Like, you got a good reason not to do these videos today. Like, you just, you know, stay in bed and not do anything and feel like crap all day. And it took a hot minute to finally get up and get myself ready or whatever. But then I was like, we are doing this because we're not repeating this stuff. Like, I refuse to allow my ego to continue to like impact me, okay? We're gonna get this done. Channeled it last night, and I just gotta hit the record button and get this message out. And that's what I'm doing out here. So, you know, dare to triumph. I decided to triumph, you know, in spite of whatever my ego and whatever my unconscious resistance was trying to, you know, get me to do. And the same goes for you, but you got to be aware and then move beyond that. Do what you got to do to move beyond that. So I hope that made sense. This is going to be a really long video. As I'm seeing right now, feel free to hit that settings button on the YouTube video. Change your settings to whatever speed you want to watch this video on so that it's faster. You can always do that for all of my videos because they're always kind of long for YouTube stuff. Usually like 20, 30 minutes, an hour. Anyway, so that's what they said. Also, the reason that the focus of this energy this month will be on expansion is because many people have felt downtrodden by the energies of late, is what they said. I don't know what that means. Sometimes I say words that I don't even know what they mean, but that's what they told me. Basically, you've been feeling down, some of y'all, right? Which November was intense for many of us. They said there has been much energy of fear, disheartedness, pity, worry, doubt, It's been a whirlwind, and some of you have struggled to pick yourselves back up. And as I was channeling that, I saw a person lying on the ground, like dragging themselves or like trying to get up, but they just felt like no energy, or they're injured or something. And it was really hard for them to get up. They said, you've allowed your own desire for healing, growth, and alignment to defeat you. Now, what they mean by this is that we're always seeking greater expansion. We're always seeking, moving forward, fulfilling our purposes, living our best lives and stuff like that. But as spiritual people who are more awakened than others, we're here to transmute our darkness to our light, to expand into more of who we truly are. And so we want this amazing life. We want to be our highest selves. We want to embody more of our spirituality and stuff. But that means when we have this desire for all of these good things, we have to, as spiritually awakened people, go through the process of transmuting, shifting, healing all the bad things or the dark things, the negative things. And in order to align ourselves and open ourselves up to receiving all of these good things that we want. And so because we've asked for this, we're like, yeah, I want to be this leader, I want to have this impact, I want to make this money, I want to, whatever, all these things. As spiritual awakened people, we're kind of like, okay, cool, the universe or your higher self or whatever you believe in, it's like, cool, in order to get that, you got to release this stuff, you got to heal this stuff, you got to look at this stuff, you got to turn this stuff around. And so then all the stuff comes. And the stuff has come that we have to transmute, and then it's so much stuff that we're just like, oh, so heavy. Like, I can't go on. Have you been feeling that way? Because I know I have. These videos are hilarious to me anyway. So that's how it's felt for me, and maybe for some of you, right? And we have to, not allow this stuff that we've been dealing with to defeat us. We have to decide, no, I asked for this. This is a good thing, and I'm going to do my part to the best of my ability to transmute all this stuff, heal this stuff, use this stuff to my advantage to move forward, right? So maybe you needed that message, that reminder today, because I'm pretty sure many of you know this, but sometimes we need to be reminded of that. So yeah. Don't allow yourself to be defeated by all the stuff that's maybe coming up for you at this time and that's maybe weighing down on you. Try to shift your mindset, your perspective, your focus on the fact that this is all really great, that this is part of the journey, it's part of the process, it's part of evolving you into more of who you truly are and your desires and all the amazing things that you're here to do and create and achieve and all that jazz, and to do your best to see the silver lining and all of that, and to bring up that strength, that power that comes from deep within you, and connect more deeply to your desire for your growth, your expansion, or whatever it is that you want to create in life, and to, from that space, choose to transcend the heaviness and be like, this is not getting to me, we're moving forward, So that's what they said. Next thing is that others of you have not felt the energy so intensely, yet you are still in a state of confusion, lack of direction, clarity, not feeling fully alive. So for the other people who are maybe not feeling squashed by the energy, there's still this limbo, I guess, that some of you are in. Right? Or maybe you're in a combination of these kinds of things. Maybe you're in one thing, some days, and then you're on the other side some other days, kind of like that. But what they said is that regardless of whichever of these two dynamics you fall under, the common denominator here is a lack of being your true self, of being in your true power and being aligned with your purpose. So as you take this time to evaluate, self-evaluation, self-reflection is important this month, right? As you take this time to do this, and they said, and you will catch yourself self-evaluating and reflecting whether you intentionally sit down to do this or not. So the energy is going to naturally bring to you these opportunities for you to think about life and your year and how it's unfolded and what went well, what maybe didn't go so well, all that kind of stuff, okay? So you're going to do this regardless of whether you sit down and reflect or not. What they said is that as you self-evaluate and reflect, you will need to get very clear and honest with yourself as to whether you are ready to break free from old chains holding you back from living your life fully or not. 2020 has taught you many things. It's time that you use all the lessons that 2020 brought forward to you, to your advantage, to make this life a life that feels truly worth living. That is the message for December 2020, okay? Really be honest with yourself. Hope you took all notes, the notes that you needed from this, because there were a lot of things and exercises and stuff that you were asked to do. That's what I do in my videos a lot of times, is give you steps and things to journal on, take action on to help you with your journey. But really get honest with yourself, okay? And see, like, hey, you know, what did this year teach me? And what needs to shift for me to really feel like my life is really a life I really, really want to live? Like, that this life is worth living. Because maybe many of us are not feeling that way exactly. We're just like, oh, this life is okay, I can't complain. I mean, you know, like, listen. There are so many of you in the spiritual community that a lot of times don't move forward in the ways in which you have the potential to, because you're not really being fully honest with yourself, because you're just always trying to stay positive, and you think that calling yourself out on your crap is you manifesting negative things. So by you being honest with yourself and really just saying like, no, actually I'm really dissatisfied with my life. Like, I'm not really happy with what I'm making, what I'm earning. I don't really like this job, or I really am not happy in this relationship anymore. I really wish I could be doing something different, etc. Like, by you not saying that because you really want to mentally be in a positive state and just be like, well, you know, trying to be content and happy with where I'm at so I can move forward and da-da-da. Like, the interesting thing about the spiritual world is that it's a world of paradox. Like, this world that we live in is a world of paradox. And I'm not saying not to like be positive and optimistic and focus on all the good and be content with where you're at and stuff. Like, that's part of the process, but you also have to like recognize where you're not happy and call yourself out on your stuff and be honest and just be like, no, like, I wish this were different and this could change and this were, you know, da-da-da and this and that. Like, be honest with that, you know? So you can really see, like, what is it that you really want? Connect to your soul's desires and, like, really see clearly for yourself, like, okay, so, like, I'm not happy with my life. What needs to change? What do I need to do differently? What do I need to shift? Da, 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 da. All these things. And as you're in the process of doing that, then focus on being positive about where you're at right now, being content and grateful and all that jazz. But you got to look at the stuff you don't really like and, like, you know, see it for really what it is. For what it truly is. So don't be afraid of getting honest with yourself. Like, don't be in denial about the fact that you really do not feel like your life is a life worth living. Okay? If you're, just give yourself a few minutes, 10, 20 minutes or whatever, to just be like, no, actually, this sucks about my life. This, da, 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 da. It's okay. You're not going to all of a sudden manifest all, you know, these negative things just because you're being honest with yourself. No. Then what do you want instead once you have that clarity? And then as you're working towards aligning with your desires, then you can, you know, focus on being positive and grateful and all that jazz and whatever other stuff, you know, because that's part of the journey. Both things are valid, but you can't just try to ignore one because it's negative or whatever, just to focus on all the positive. Like, don't bypass, okay? Then you stay stuck and you don't move forward, and I see this all the time. That is the December 2020 energy reading. If you enjoyed my whole long message, give this video a thumbs up, a like, wherever you're watching from. Drop me a comment in the comments below letting me know what you thought. Share this video out with any friends that you feel could totally benefit from this video. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already, and hit that bell notification. Change your settings to all so that you never miss out on any videos from my channel. As I said, I'm going to pull some cards real quick, even though this is a really long message, but we'll see if there's any other messages that need to come through. So is there anything else you can tell us about the 2020 energy reading for December 2020 energy reading? And then we'll see if, yeah. So I got 2 cards that came out, but I'm going to pull from my other deck as well. What do we need to know or anything else about the December 2020 energy reading? And then we'll just see if any more messages want to come through. Okay, so 1 card came out from that. Awesome. So here we go. This card came out, Serapis Bey Ascension. He's like some Egyptian priest or something, and it says, move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. I think that just confirms everything. This is Freya. She's like some Celtic goddess or something. Phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. And this is about like ending cycles. Are you ready to let go of the old? Are you ready to close the old chapters? Are you ready to be done with the same patterns and struggles and stories and things? Are you ready? Are you ready to see beyond the fears, the scarcity, the smallness, the insecurities? Are you ready to close that, release that, and step into your true magic, your power, right? Further confirming what I just said. And this one here is Archangel Jophiel. It says, honor your beauty. And this is really about, I really feel like this is about connecting to who you truly are on this deep, heart-centered level, connecting to more of your heart and soul, and really just allowing your love and your light to radiate through you, and really see all the good in yourself. See what makes you worthy of living your dreams. See what makes you worthy of your success. See all the good that you did achieve this year, all the growth, all the expansion, you know? And I really feel like this one especially, I feel like this is also about giving yourself your own love. Because what's really standing out to me for this card here is like she has her hands on her chest like this. I've never paid attention to that really much before, but I feel like this is about you. Like, give this to you. You deserve the life that you want. You deserve happiness and joy and fulfillment. You deserve this life worth living. And give this to you and see how you truly deserve this. And see your true power and your true strength, and really do your best to connect with your true divine nature. And allow that to carry you forward. Yeah. Really see yourself as you truly are. Not what your limiting beliefs and your ego and all that stuff is trying to tell you about yourself. Really see your brilliance and choose to be that unapologetically. Choose to shine brightly and move forward and take flight from this space of, my mom called me, interrupted my recording, but yeah, really just choose to see yourself from the space of, you know, this is me. This is who I'm going to be. This is my life. And I'm going to go after it and be this and live it fully and not stop. Really declare that you're going to have a completely different experience in 2021 as you prepare for this next year, right? Choose to drop 2020. That's over. Lesson learned, done. It's ready for you to step up, shine bright, come out of the darkness. Be your true self. Be your true self. Live the life that you want to live. Love yourself enough to be able to do that. To give yourself that gift. That's my message for all of you today. I really hope that that has really helped you for this month's energy. Like I said, if it has helped you tremendously, I would really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up, a like. wherever you're watching from, especially if you're watching on YouTube. Drop me comments, letting me know how this message resonated with you. I love and appreciate all of those of you who came to watch this video and watched it from beginning to end, because I know it was really long, but I appreciate you hanging out with me today. And I really just hope that this video today, this message, was of the highest of service to all of you. I have missed all of you who follow me actively on my socials, and I'm just really happy to have done this video and to have served you in some kind of way, because that's one of the reasons why I'm still on this planet. Otherwise, I would have left by now. I was like, I'm done with this planet. Y'all don't even know how often I have told God, my angels, guides, and everyone, like, I want to leave here. But I have a mission to fulfill, people. So that's why I'm here. If it wasn't for y'all, Stef would have left by now and then would have probably had to reincarnate again. So anyway, thank you all for your time, for your support, for your love, and yeah, just for being a part of my journey and for allowing me to be a part of your journey as well. I love and appreciate all of you. And I will see you in the next video, which hopefully I can record right now and hopefully get all of these videos uploaded today. Well, 2 videos. Anyway, I'll talk to you all soon. Hang out with me on social media. Links to my social media are in the description of this video. You can join me in my Facebook community, have a group, and on Instagram and my Facebook business page. And if you want to work with me, just reach out to me and see how we can work together. I didn't really work with anyone in November because I was taking a time off, but we're coming out of that in December. We're getting there. So I will soon be working with people again. But right now, I'm just kind of getting in the swing of things again. So this is where we're at. Anyway, I love you all. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.